Let you all open all your three eyes.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, Jnana Paddhati Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I have added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, playing with life, playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagavan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha or Adhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness. Is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created. Destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, Trobhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And Anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti has 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti has 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase, Agora Murti has is 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti has his 5 face. Satyojata Murti has his 5 face. Ishana Murti has his 5 face. All these 5 Murtis, 5 faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, so which an order of Kailasha led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst persecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. The first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting and the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas formed the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. What I am teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada,
The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your Guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity which is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva, makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time-tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashiva, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Let's go to the powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita, from Bhagavan Satsang.
And I tell you, only when you enrich the dark corners of your mind, unconscious parts of your mind gets solidified. Many times, just in the face I can see a person going through confusion and suffering. Unfortunately, the solution is enriching, which nobody wants to listen. When you enrich other human beings, all the struggle you face in them is all the struggle your own unconsciousness carries. Please understand, when you enrich somebody and made them sannyasi, only then you are a real sannyasi. Because all the problems they face is nothing but the problems of your unconsciousness. If you can answer all their problems and questions, only then you answered all your unconscious problems and questions. Same way, why do you think our Gurukul kids are so solid and so alive? I am getting few of the doctors, the researchers who find the IQs, who study the brain power of the kids, to demonstrate to the world the power of our Gurukul kids. Their IQ, their EQ, their SQ. SQ is the new concept I am launching, spiritual quotient. Like intellectual quotient, emotional quotient, spiritual quotient. Because they have answered all parts of themselves. That is why I could see Gurukul kids are very successful in enriching others, and same way, because they are enriching continuously, they are able to answer all their unconscious questions, face their unconsciousness. आज मैं सही तरह से back. Unconsciousness is the enemy you carry in your backpack. Any moment he may attack you. Any moment he may put you in depression. Any moment he may destabilize you. Unless you destroy your unconsciousness, you will create hell for yourself. Nobody else. You can't create hell for anybody else. You will create hell for yourself. Unconsciousness, understand, attacks you when you least expect. Better go round, enrich everyone, so that all your unconscious questions are answered now itself. It is like voluntarily facing your unconsciousness. When you face your unconsciousness voluntarily, you go with enough of equipments, power, and handle it. When you face your unconsciousness, suddenly you will unfortunately associate yourself with it. Please listen. Dhyan se suniye, come to the space of listening. This is a very important statement. When your unconsciousness erupts out on its own, unfortunately you associate yourself with it, then you are gone. You lost the game. When you face your unconsciousness voluntarily, you will not associate yourself with it. I tell you, the difference between you associating yourself with your unconsciousness and you not associating yourself with your unconsciousness is a small difference. Like whether Krishna is in your side or not. See, there was a situation, Krishna has to decide whether he should be in the side of the Pandavas or Kauravas in Mahabharata. That 1 second, that one decision would have changed the whole history of Mahabharata and Bharat. If he has sided Kauravas, I tell you, it is not that Kauravas are worse people than Arjuna. After listening to the whole Gita, I can say very clearly, Arjuna was only socially moralistic. Consciously, he was equal to Duryodhanas. If the same Gita was delivered to Duryodhanas, all the 100 of them would have become Arjunas, enlightened. The whole story will be different. Understand, there is nothing special with Arjuna. I can boldly tell you. He may be socially good, but based on the questions of Arjuna, I can say he was equally unconscious like Duryodhana. The situation making you as a good person may be accident, but you making the situation good is incident. Understand? Situation making you as a good person is an accident. You making the situation good is incident. The one decision whether Arjuna is going to have Krishna or not, whether Krishna is going to side Arjuna or Duryodhana. That one decision that makes the whole difference. Understand? Your whole life is nothing but Mahabharata. In your life of Mahabharata, the victory or failure is going to be decided. Who is going to win? Whether you or your unconsciousness is going to be decided only based on which side you are going to side. Whichever side Krishna sided would have won the game. If he sides Duryodhana's, he would have won the game. He knows what to do. I have gone through the Mahabharata, I tell you, and won the game. And I tell you, you need Krishna to win the game. You really need Krishna to win the game. Almost every situation you feel like, no, today over. Now what will happen? Because the Duryodhana comes to Sahadeva and asks, give me the time when I should start the war to win the war. Sahadeva, being an integrated person, he can't see a astrologer need integrity.
Cognition that Bhagavan is giving, how we can face the unconscious by ourselves rather than wait for the accident to happen, then standing up, the broken leg is not intelligent. So let's go to the Shastra Pramana with
is taken from the Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi. Shakti Sandhane Sharirotpatihi.
Shiva Sutra, Sutra 1.19. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, by aiming and fixing the self on Shakti, uniting in oneness with the supreme power, the embodiment of that which is cognized and willed manifest at once in its length, breadth, depth, time, and space dimension. Bhagavan beautifully says, do not wait for the unconscious moment to hit you and then you stand up. After something happens, standing up is really useless. And it is going to be too much of a damage sometimes for even recovery. There's a beautiful story where there was a rope tied between two buildings, a very high level, where the man is carrying the kid on his shoulder and walking across the rope. Even though there is a net down, it looks very dangerous and scary. And he walks across the rope without falling, and everybody claps for him. And they are so excited. They say, once more, we want to see. The man says, I want to let the kid down and hold one of you and walk across. Are you ready to come? All the crowd just disappeared and nobody was there. It is like that in our life when we are watching something for just casual moments. We are okay with that. But when it comes to us, we just want to disappear. We don't want to trust life and take it because it is too hard for us to understand the reality. It is better we go through everything before it happens, being authentic to ourselves, who we are, what we came here for, aligning again and again and again back to the space I am Paramashiva. Paramashiva is real. And being integrated to that space as the original space, nothing can touch the space of Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests everything. Everything we do, start living as Paramashiva. Bhagavan beautifully says, live with your Atmalinga or live every moment talking to Paramashiva. So many billions of techniques Bhagavan is giving us to stand up to the higher reality who we are, then uniting in oneness with the supreme power will manifest as length, breadth, depth, time and space. Such a powerful cognition. With that powerful cognition, let's move to the Apta Pramana. Lord Vishwakarma. This is from Mahabharata, Book 8, Karna Parva, Section 31, 5th paragraph. The bow Vijaya was specially made by Lord Vishwakarma for Lord Shiva to destroy the city of Tripura, built by the sons of Tarakasura. Shiva destroyed Tripura by firing Pashupatra from Vijaya. Later, Shiva gave this bow for safekeeping to Indra. The Sanskrit name for Vijaya means victory. This bow is said to give such victory to the possessor. The string of the bow cannot be broken by any kind of astra or any divine weapon. Vijaya Dhanush is described in certain Puranas having a dark color with bluish hue. Every time an arrow is released from this bow, it twangs inside to produce reverberation akin to rumbling of the charged clouds, cause terrible fear on enemy, and produce flashes of light, brilliance of lightning which blinds the enemy. This bow cannot be broken by any weapon or anyone, and it's so heavy that normal person cannot even lift it. Every time an arrow is aimed, the energy of the arrow is amplified by multiple times as this bow is charged with sacred mantra. No weapon can harm a warrior with Vijaya Dhanush in his hand. This was to kill the Tarakasura, and then the Vishwakarma made it so precise and so amazing. Let's move to Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana is Swamiji's Leela. Bhagavan narrates the first day of Skanda Shashti Brahmotsavam festival, celebrating Lord Subramanya. In a day of Subramanya was born, he was expressed through the third eye of Paramashiva. From all the five faces, Satyojata, Tatpusha, Agora, Vamadeva, and Ishana, from the third eye of all the five faces and the sixth space, the unborn, the faceless space, the energies of Subramanya were made. Adi Shakti held the whole thing together. The biomemory of Adi Shakti and the bioenergy of Paramashiva were too powerful to hold together till the baby was delivered. So Ganga, sacred river, Divine Mother, came to help. She acted as a spiritual incubator, adding the muscle memory to this Garbha. So the bioenergy of the Paramashiva, biomemory of Adi Shakti, and muscle memory of Ganga put together is a completion of Paramashiva, Subramanya. He is the complete manifestation of Paramashiva. Let's move to the Shakshi Pramanas. Millions of disciple devotees who are around the world manifesting the powers, doing the demonstration and giving the testimonials.
Okay, so this has been a wild ride for me because the types of things that we're seeing here is like a magical mystery school. And, I feel like I'm in a mystical dream to see these superpowers emerging from the students in the Nithyananda Gurukul. And as a school principal, I really see the potential for the expression of these powers in children who are all gifted and talented. So imagine your child who maybe has been given an IQ test or has been through the rigors of being tortured by the academia of the Western world. And imagine that child who's insecure and lacks confidence and maybe has been kicked out of school or hasn't made the right grade, being in a totally new paradigm where they're expressing superpowers and they have the confidence of a master. So this is Deepa. She's my favorite Gurukul student. And the reason why she's my favorite is because she has length, breadth, and depth. She has the deepest caring for other people. She's always facilitating, helping people get food, taking charge, being a leader. And she's also very artistic and expresses herself and her individuality. And of course, she's a mathematical genius, so she has everything going for her. So yesterday, I asked her to draw a picture of a centaur. And she says, "What is a centaur?" And I said, "It's a mythological creature." And she said, "What is that?" And I said, "Oh, I can't give any more clues." So she started to draw, and hopefully we can match this to something, but if you can. Of course, a centaur is a half man, half horse. So you can see, there it is, the half man, half horse. Now, just keep the camera on the page because the second thing she was asked to draw was a Picasso picture. So in this Picasso picture, it's called Dr. Odd. And she immediately drew a grid with 4 different pictures in it. And I'm like, why did she draw a grid with 4 different pictures? And in fact, of course, you see displayed on the screen, the eyes are not on level with the actual Picasso drawing. But on the internet, we took a picture of this. There was a grid with many faces, different faces in it, and they all looked exactly like her picture. So you can see on the book, you can see that there are many faces and their eyes are not on level. They're on the side of the face, and they're large heads. And there was actually this one, you see she's wearing a headband, and the first picture has got the headband with the hair and the eye kind of off center. So she drew this. Now the third thing that she did, we asked her, and I'm going to put this book down, to describe the Darbar Hall, am I pronouncing that? Darbar Hall in Mysore Palace. And she said, "Oh, I don't think I can draw all of this, but I can describe it, so you have to hear this." The floor is a smooth marble flooring. One part of it is covered with red carpet. The hall is huge. On the top, the ceiling has a deep cut with different designs. And she says the ceiling is white. So you can see up at the top where it's shining white. It has giant chandeliers. So you can see the giant chandeliers in the ceiling, and they're circular shaped, as you can see. White ceiling, also the wall is a beige color. There are pillars, pillar-like carvings along the wall. And you can see the pillars all along, up and down the hallway. And she drew a picture of the pillar. I'm going to try to do this again. There is a pillar down at the bottom. Can you point to it? Deep? Yeah, right there. So the pillar is exactly the same pillar that is in the Mysore Palace. And she says not only the height, but also the length is huge. So you see the depth of this palace. There's a stage-like structure in the front of the hall. So if you go all the way to the very end of the hall in the Mysore Palace, in fact, there is a stage-like structure. And that's evidently where the king of the palace would give his speeches. So I don't know if you can zoom in on that, but there's the stage at the very end of the hallway. So she says, and every few feet there are vases, there are plants that are in vases. Now we didn't see that, but what we're wondering is if we went to Mysore Palace today and we were to look behind those pillars, would we see vases with flowers? And we probably would. There's a plant behind those pillars.
Setting up things for the object to be drawn from the pictures, camera, and with timestamp, Nithyananda, Paramashiva Shila, pen and paper. Take few moments to set up the camera, download timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the timestamp is seen very clearly, make sure the camera is facing you and the spiritual products, and make sure the place is very well lit and quiet so that you can capture the moments very beautifully. Guidelines to manifest the powers. Turn on the video recording. Apply the Jnana on your third eye if you have. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Draw the object in the picture, in the random picture which is given. Select uncommon picture from the random books website by Acharya or partner. Or if you're take a very random big book and start drawing the details of the page, and whatever manifest in the third eye, make a note of it and draw it. And once the Mahavakya is over, you can verify with the actual drawing, and if everything matches to the design and the color and the details, exact details, then perfectly you're manifesting the power. If you have only some of the things correct, please go ahead and keep manifesting the powers. Celebrate the manifestation more and more. You will start manifesting from your depth dimension. Verify authentically all these videos and share the video with your friends and families with the powerful cognition, and listen to others' experience of power manifestation. Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shaktipada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words, what is Shaktipada?
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and our egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg, and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva, sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence, the Shaktipada.
makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes these external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful, avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you.
neutral space which exists in you, you will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. We need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being, in the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Mahasadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced. I was wondering, what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection, so they start manifesting the powers, they start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion, to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency, and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest
the powers in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Verification process for the power of breath dimension for drawing the object in the pictures. Verify no video editing is done on the Shakti Avishkarna power manifestation videos. Verify video is stopped and restarted in the process of manifestation. All videos are verified with a timestamp, and all videos should have a wide angle view. Do not tamper with a drawing by showing any picture or giving some clues. Completely prohibited. Do not prepare the questions in front of the manifester. Do not give everyone the same thing if you're in the larger group. Divide them into Nitya and Ananda and give them alternatively different pages to manifest the powers. Give uncommon objects in random pictures only, so you know that you're manifesting powers, Shakti here. Authentically, the diagram should match exactly seen by any common man, not interpreted or misinterpreted the whole thing. Thank you for manifesting this power. We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotiyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/powermanifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the Power Manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of Power Manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity. Bhagavan says the quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashiva